Okay, welcome back to Football Manager, where we are now in the year 2031. I resigned and skipped forward about 5.5 years because I thought it's best to just get to the end of the season and see where Galway United are at. Have they dropped back? I left them with a lot of money, so I hope they've made some progress. I don't think they're going to have won the Champions League. I would love to see them have won the Champions League, but I think it's unlikely. I would love to see a few of the players still there. It's been 5.5 years, so it's possible that every player I had there is gone. But I'd love if a few of them were still there. I'm just excited. I have no idea. Let's go to me. And to Galway United. Okay, well, Paul O'Rourke is the captain. Alan Murphy is the manager. They're in the UEFA Europa League. They did win the league. Did they? Can we see the stages and table? Well, it looks like they're still the best team in the league pretty comfortably. They won the league by 20 points. So that's good. Let's go. So Paul O'Rourke is still here. Oh my god. 12 caps for Ireland. I'm so proud of him. Paul O'Rourke got capped 12 times for Ireland. He's now made 265 appearances. And I think that's just league. I believe that only counts league appearances. So, wow. Wow, he has flourished since I left. This was the last season with me, and I was only there for half the season. He very much became a starting midfielder after I left. 752, 747, 766. He is killing it. Can I see his, awards? Is that a thing that you can even see? Milestones? Oh, well, this is going to spoil some things. Well, I don't see any European trophies in there. He's making 8,000 a week, which seems deserved. I'm kind of scared. Okay, I'm going to click on Galway, and I'm going to go to managers. Has Alan Murphy? Oh, wow. So, okay, I sort of suspected that Santana would take over for me. He was my assistant manager. So he spent almost 2 years in charge. And then, was this guy my director of football? Was he? So he was my last director of football. And he took over as caretaker manager twice. He's back to director of football now. Curtis Fleming, who's now the Watford manager. He went from round glass Punjab to Galway United to Watford. Are they in the Premier League? No, they're in the Championship, but they're one of the better teams in the Championship. He lasted almost 2 years. He won 2 league titles. Okay, so this is good. It looks like we've won the league every year since I've left. Is this guy the legend? Is this guy the club legend? I think he is. Yes, okay, this guy is the player. So he was in the legends section at the very beginning of the game. So it's now come back around and he is now the Galway United manager. I like that. I like that a lot. I want to see this. I want to see this. Oh my god! So that is him. He made it in... He's been there since the start. I made it into the Legends category. Paul O'Rourke and Miguel Aziz both made it into the Legends category. That is exciting. These two are not... These two were here at the start, I believe. Fleming made it in. That is not one of my players, so he must be new. Arno Puigmal, I think he was in when I left. Santana made it in. And these two aren't mine either. Does that go down at all? No, okay. So those two were not my players. Oh, no. Our finances are down to secure. I don't like that. We were rich when I left. In the Europa League, so that sounds good. I'm going to go to schedule and I'm going to click back. I'm not going to look. I'm going to click back to this season, which is where I left, which we got to this game. We drew 4-4. We lost 10-8 on aggregate to Dortmund, and I left. Just quickly, did they win the Champions League? Did you win the Champions League? History, competitions. 2026. They did win the Champions League. Okay, so they won. So that's nice, at least. It got a bit iffy after I left. But they picked it back up. They beat Alashkert. No. They lost to Hajduk Split. And they lost to they lost to Shakhtar as well. So they ended up in the Europa Conference League. Where, how did this go? Draw, win, draw, win, draw, win. So they definitely got through the group, okay. I'm just going to go through the competition history now and go through and see how European adventures went. Oh, but they lost in the first knock. They lost the President's Cup? Come on, I never lost the President's Cup. Okay, so they lost to St. Gallen. So the season after I left, after a Champions League semi-final, they only got to the Europa Conference League first knockout round. It's not great. It's not great. Two of the names I'm seeing there are familiar. Fred Omar. Am I going to click on it? No, not yet. I'll leave the players for a bit later. Omar was one of my last signings. I think he cost me 2 million or something. He was a 17-year-old striker. And he was just fantastic. He had incredible pace and dribbling and first touch and acceleration and agility. He looked unreal. I signed him from Celtic. So if they had him, maybe he's like carried them a bit. Let's see how this European journey continued. So this season, where are the qualifiers? Where are the qualifiers? Wait, what? They just go straight into... No. Did the league rules change? Do we get an automatic spot now? How do you see this? Profile? Oh wow, we're up to 29th. That is massive. Oh my god, Miguel Aziz is still here. Oh my god, he stayed. Okay, that's exciting. Oh, we actually dropped down. So 27th was the highest it got. It was up to 48th when I left, so it got as high as 27th, it's down to 29th. But this is like the Swedish top division. So we're up there now with like the Eastern European divisions, and we're above the second division in Spain. That's kind of impressive. This doesn't really... I guess the winner goes straight, because I can't tell what else that would possibly be. Oh, wow. It is all Galway, other than 2 players. And only one of those names is familiar to me. Oh no, 2. Onodi is there. Hey, good for you, Onodi. So he stayed, and so did Aziz. I'm so happy that Aziz stayed. So I guess it's got to be, right? Oh, this group did not go well. So they lost all 6 group games against Villarreal, Ajax, and Juve. So didn't make it anywhere. Oh my god, I thought they lost in the Irish Champions Cup. But they did go straight into the group. So that's another 10 million on the pot. This is when Santana left, I guess. I think we know already that they won the league every year. I know that they're straight back into the groups, aren't they? So they went straight back into the groups. Got Chelsea again. Chelsea lost. Dortmund lost. Dynamo Zagreb lost. Dynamo Zagreb drew. Chelsea lost. Dortmund lost. So again, that's another 4th place finish in the group. It's not great. Won the President's Cup. They won it last year too. Okay. Again, straight... Okay, so it got to the point where they did get into the group, so maybe that's why it's not there. They were getting straight into the group, and then they dropped it back to 3rd qualifying round, which is still not bad, where they beat Maccabi Tel Aviv, but then they lost in the playoffs to Ludogorets. But I think that only drops them into the Europa, I believe, where they drew with Mold. Because honestly, I feel like this team could win like a conference league, maybe. Lost to AK. They lost to Fenerbahce. Lost to Fenerbahce again. Drew with AK and beat Mold. So that's 3rd place by the looks of it. So I think they'll be in the conference league in 2020 or in 2030. No. They finished 4th. They can't finish 4th. How did they finish 4th? Europa League Group D. Back to this season? Oh, that's unlucky. Oh no, they only won 1 against Mold. I thought they beat them twice. So out in fourth, a lot of fourth place finishes in these group stages, which isn't good. But there was a point where the winner of the Irish League got straight into the Champions League groups, which is crazy. So 2030, this is 2 seasons ago now. Again, lost in the President's Cup, which, don't love that. Dropped back to the second qualifying round. Went through on away goals, so that's nice. Beat Shakhtar on away goals. Lost to Cluj, okay, so back into the Europa League groups. Lost to Red Star. Lost to Sivaspor, come on Galway. Lost to Olympiacos. Beat Olympiacos. Beat Sivaspor. Where's the other one? Oh, beat Red Star. So they must have got through. Is that good enough for second? What a turnaround. Lost the first 3, won the second 3. That might be enough to get through the Europa League. I'd almost rather they finished third, though. Because I think this team could maybe win it. No, there's no way. So 2031, they did... Oh, no, I'm right down at the bottom. They were in... they're in the Europa League. They lost to Celtic in the first round. Not great. They beat Levadia. They beat Larnakas. They beat Reykjavik. And they lost to Zenit. So that's back into the Europa League. Where they drew with Panathinaikos. Then drew with Lyon. Okay. Beat Osijek. Beat Osijek again. Beat Panathinaikos. Oh, this is where we're up to? Okay, it goes into... Let me sim forward 10 days. Because I want to see... Let me go forward. Where are we? Oh, here we are. Okay, they're current... Oh, no, they're going to go through. Okay, but they might go through in first. So this is good. This is saying there has been progress this year. So let me just sim forward 10 more days. I'll see how this group finishes. Maybe I'm going to have to sim forward a few more months to see how the rest of this campaign goes. No, actually, I'll sim forward a few years at the end. Actually, I'll just leave it. I'll just keep going with what we've got for now. But this current campaign is going really well. So they're doing better. They've just won the league. They won the FAI Cup as well. So let's go competitions. So is that correct? Since I got us promoted, they've won the league every year. So they've won it every year since I left. That is great to hear. I was kind of worried they were going to mess it up. But they've kept on top. They have won the Champions Cup most years, or 3 out of 5. They've done way better. They've done way better in the FAI Cup than I did. They've won it 3 years out of the 5. I only won it 1 year, so... President's Cup. Oh, sorry, this is the Champions Cup. Wait, did they lose the Champions... They lost the Champions Cup 1 year. Jesus. They've won the President's Cup most years. They've also won 4, actually. They've won 4 EA Sports Cups. I only won 2. Really wasn't paying much attention to it, to be honest. Okay, so they haven't won a European trophy. Let's look at transfers now. I'm kind of nervous. Okay, so let's look at transfers now. This Fred Omar signing is the last thing that I was involved in. I did not sign this guy, that is all them. But these 4 and Fred Omar, that was my doing, and everything down to Ronan Manning is also my doing. So let's see who they sold. They let Make Lackman go, he was one of my youth players. Manning went, Horgan went out on loan. These are all just loans, so they didn't sell anyone. First season they didn't sell anyone. They spent $325,000 on Tommy Maguire, who's not here anymore. He is a goalkeeper. Presumably they wanted a third choice keeper, I guess. They signed Youssef Arnaud, who's 23. He does not have a club anymore, so probably not a great signing. They signed Massimiliano Mangraviti from Derby, who is still here, but he's transfer listed. And 33. Okay, they stopped going super young. That doesn't really surprise me. And they signed Matus Barrow from Pisa, who has retired, so also quite old. So they went old right away. I guess they wanted to add some experience. That's okay. Let's go on to the next season. Here's where they started spending. They spent 16.5 million. Let's look at who they got. They sold Bendik Carlson and Lee Fay. Oh my god. I gave you 2 class young players and you sold them both. Bendik Carlson is now at Bristol City, who paid 14.5 million and a player for him, after Sheffield United paid 3.2 million for him. How did you mess this up? I got him in on a free, and they really screwed this up. Okay, so they messed that one up. How old is he now? Where's he gone? He is now 24, okay. And he's probably still really good. He looks really good. He's been capped 18 times for Norway. How did they mess this up? God, okay, Lee Fay is probably like closing on 100 caps at this point. Capped 77 times, plays for Guingamp. He didn't really get much bigger than that, but they should have kept him. He was really good, okay. So they started taking apart my team pretty much immediately. These are not... They loaned out Sarajevo. That's not too much of an issue. Okay, so they didn't really... They only got rid of 2 of my starters. So they're still working with my team, but they also brought in a lot of players. This guy was one of the club icons. So he's been here. He's worth 2 million. They're paying him 23,500. He's been here for a long time. Ryan Broom, Luis Eduardo, I think I saw 3 million for him. He's a regen. We don't really know much about him. He doesn't play for Galway anymore. Galway sold him, signed him for 3 million. Had him for 2 years and then sold him for 1.5 million. Great work. Okay, that's a bit odd. Zane Ross was kind of cheap. David Lallien on free. Okay, I don't really care about the players they brought in too much, unless they spent something huge. 12.75, 6 million. Oh, Butler Odie. Oh my god. Am I wrong in this? They followed my system of signing Arsenal youth players. So they signed Butler Oyedeji for 6 million and then sold him for 1 million after a few lackluster seasons. So not the best signing, but I believe that is the biggest signing in the history of the club. They also brought in Omer Beaz, who also isn't here anymore. They did make a profit on that one at least. 1.7 out for 1.9 a season later. So that's something, I guess. As far as outgoings go, they got rid of Swanson on loan. Boys went permanently to Peterborough for 43,000. Gauthier Raoul went out on loan to Bohemians. Akos Onodi went out on loan to Shamrock Rovers. They sold Fredo. Why would you sell him? He was really good. They sold him after 2 seasons, for half the price I signed him for. I just refuse to believe this guy was not one of the best players in the league. He was so good. That was high end. He was like 16 pace when I signed him, so that must be like 16 and somewhere in that range as well. He was really good finisher. Not really good finisher, sorry. He's really good on dribbling and first touch. He was a good finisher, good composure. He's capped 19 times for Scotland. There's no way he should have been sold. They sold Vinny Dwyer to Bohemians. They sold Lulzim Nuhiu. They sold Mateusz Musialowski. They sold Saul Shotton. They just tore my team apart. They got rid of all of them. They didn't really... Did they have any players left to sell at this point? Oh, there goes Casper Nielsen for almost nothing. That's about it, I think. I think that's the only one of my players that actually got sold there. Did they spend much? Didn't spend so much this season. 5 is a lot more than I ever spent, but didn't spend big. Oh, the spending is getting lower and lower. Probably because they're not getting into the Champions League groups. So they're not making the money that I was making. Any players of mine gone here? So what I'm seeing is I believe 3 of my players have remained. I think Akos Onodi, Paul O'Rourke, and Miguel Aziz are still there. Spent a bit more this season. Okay, so let's look at the squad. Okay, let's look at the wages. So Aziz is up to 21,500. 2 caps for Ireland. Yes, he got capped twice for Ireland. Oh wow. As far as ratings go, I mean, look at that. Look how long he's been there. No wonder he's a club legend. I mean, that is... How many appearances for Ireland? Or not for Ireland. Over 300 appearances for Galway. Well, look in the records. He might have the most appearances ever. But I believe the only 3 players left are going to be the 3 that I mentioned. Anodi must be here somewhere. They've got a few players in the millions. Actually, they've got a lot of players. Hey! Anodi's worth 1.7 million. So has he been the regular starter for the last 3 years? Okay. So he's had some great seasons as well. He has stayed. O'Rourke and Aziz have stayed. I believe that's it, though. Don't see it. Actually, I don't even see Aziz. Oh, there's Aziz. Where's O'Rourke? Oh, there's O'Rourke. Okay. O'Rourke's on $8,000 a week. He's worth... I mean, he's just really good. I'm so happy that he has managed to stay. And he's the captain. That's awesome. Let's just... So Aziz and O'Rourke are the starters. That's kind of cool. I mean, they've been there since the first... Well, he came through at the end of the first season. So they've been there for so long. Let's look at Galway United records. So, none of that's really important. Most league goals by a player... Oh, what happened to Nanga? Did he... So he's in the US. Oh, they did sell... I missed that one. I completely missed that one. So they sold Nanga for $875,000. That is a profit. I bought him for $550, so they made a profit. He didn't really... I guess he got replaced. Most league appearances by a player. Miguel Aziz. That is awesome. Okay. I love that. Most assists by a player in a season, Miguel Aziz. Most clean sheets by a player in a season, Anodi. Aziz, most player of the match awards. Hey, this was early. This was really early on. Most goals by a player in a match, Miguel Aziz. But a few players have matched that. In a match, I think Puigmal and Olayinka both got 4. Fastest goal, Olayinka. Oh, what happened to him? I didn't see him. Oh, no club. So he went to Bohemians on a free and then just never got back. Wow, they really just dropped him after I left. Okay. So he went downhill a bit. Oldest player? They've never had a player older than 33. Dara Costello at 15. Anything else? Youngest goal scorer was Benedict Carlson. Oldest was one of their signings, Mateus Barrow. Highest attendance, 15,000 for my game against Arsenal. And the highest gate receipts was one of my games against Juve. Average attendance, that was in my last full season. Biggest win, 12-0. That was me. Biggest defeat, 6-2. That was also me. Highest scoring match, 12-0. Highest scoring league match, 5-3, okay. Highest transfer fee paid, 7. Who is this guy? I missed this one. 7.5 million for Indiana Vasilev, who's not at the club. They just let him go on a free. They signed him for 7 million. And he stayed for 2, and they just let him go. Oh, why have they done this to me? Most matches won in a row, 31. That was me. Most matches without losing, 37. That was this season. Oh my god. Oh, wow. So, after losing to Celtic in the first leg, they didn't lose. So that was the 20th of February. They didn't lose again until they played Zenit. That is obscene. Without me, they went 37 games unbeaten. Okay, that's kind of cool. Anything else that's worth looking at? Not really. High total transfer time, 16 point. Highest transfer fee received was for this guy. This is not one of my... Oh, he's a youth player, is he? No, they brought him in from Liverpool. They really took on my transfer strategy, which is look at Liverpool and Arsenal's academies and who's being released and sign them. I mean, this is it. In this whole save, they've never not won the league they were in. Attendance record. So it's gone downhill since I left, because they haven't really been in the Champions League. Actually, I think it's partly because they switched from Thomond Park to Tallaght Stadium in this year, which is why it's dropped. But that is kind of weird. Results, A lot of 6-0s, 4-0s. It's all good. Sequences. Doesn't really matter. Players. So, Raul Denanga. Is Roy Keating, is he retired? He's the assistant manager at Longford Town. He stayed at Cork for the rest of his career. He was actually pretty good at Cork, so that's nice. Transfers, we've kind of seen most of this, I think. Highest transfer fee paid. So in my last year, it was for Fred Omar. And then they spent a lot. But yeah, they're in a pretty good place. I don't really know what else we need to look at. Best 11. I mean, this is almost all my players. Laroussi's in at left back. Did they start playing him at left back, I wonder? I played him there a few times, but not often. This midfield was very much my midfield. Oh, I need to check what happened to Puigmal. I'm kind of sad because I didn't see him sold, so I assume he got released. Which doesn't make me terribly happy. But Aziz is now up to 439 appearances. That is so nice. And O'Rourke's up to 307. Puigmal plays for Cork. 30-year-old Arno Puigmal is a centre midfielder for Cork. I mean... Oh, he went to Shamrock Rovers first. And was kind of there for a while. I can't believe they let him go. Let's check out some of the others. Kyron Gordon plays for Fleetwood Town. He never played a game for Sheffield United and ended up going on a free to Fleetwood in 2027-28. Eiko Shinodi, we know he's been here his entire career, basically, since I signed him from Villa. He did one loan at Shamrock Rovers, but other than that, he's been pretty fantastic. We'll look at league records in a second. Don't care about you. Yasser Laroussi, where are you? He is back in France. Also ended up going on a free. We have O'Rourke is still here. You're still here. Denanga, we already checked. Raul is playing for Sharjah in the UAE. Is he getting it? He's got 4,700 a week. I mean, he's going to take that. Not been great, honestly. But he was great for Galway United. You know? Pretty heroic player. We got the best out of him for sure. Horgan. Where is Horgan? Horgan's retired. He did go to Longford. He did a season at Longford. He was on loan at Sligo. But he did retire. I think... I did check all of these while I was playing. Sadly, I believe Hurley retired after one season at Dundalk, which is just tragic. He retired at age 26. I mean, that is just so sad. If he'd come to me and said, I'm going to have to retire if you don't sign me up, I would have signed him up. I would have been like, okay, you can come back on the team. I believe all three of these did the same. So yeah, after Cunningham left, he retired. He didn't get any other club. And I think the same happened to Boylan. I believe all three of those, like my three main Irish players that weren't Keating, they did all retire after leaving. Which is a bit sad. You know, that does hurt a little bit. Let's look at the Electricity League records, because, can we just, is it in here? Must be here, there it is. I don't think I looked at this, so let's go records. Most times won, I mean, Galway are catching up on that. Most points in a season, that was me. Most league wins in a season, also me. Fewest, most league defeats in a season, also, also Galway United, but not me. Let's go players. So most goals, we actually only had that once. Weirdly, we only got that award once. Most goals by a player in a match. We must have got this a couple of times. Gauthier Raoul, Miguel Aziz. Gauthier Raoul. That's pretty cool. He hung around for a bit. Most assists. Puigmal, Aziz. Oh my god. So he must hold the all-time assist record. Is this also going to be Aziz, O'Rourke, Aziz, Xavi, Omamedele? Oh my god, I'm so happy that those two have stayed. Is Olienka still? Olienka 13 seconds. Oh no, wow, this guy scored in 9 seconds. Hey, Danny Grant has stayed. He's still at Dundalk. He's been at Dundalk since I sold him there. Look at that. So Danny Grant has hung around. What about Quincy Hugesteger? Is he still in Ireland? You see, the thing is, I signed so many young players that even though we're 10 years... No, he's not in Ireland. Oh, he's in Northern Ireland, though. Crusaders are a Northern Irish team. Yeah, so he's he's gone up to Northern Ireland. That's pretty cool. For £4,700. I like that Alan Murphy is now the manager. That's kind of nice. They're still at Eamon DC Park. We never looked at facilities and stuff. State-of-the-art training facilities, great youth facilities, good academy coaching, excellent youth recruitment. That is... I mean, they're going to continue to be the best with all of that, and they still get Champions League money. If they can just get back into the Champions League group, they're going to be in great shape. I mean, this is this is so nice to see. Just straight through. Win, 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 win. Never lost it. How many of the staff members are still here? So he was here in my reign. He was here in my reign. He was here. I think I brought him in. He was definitely here. He was here. He's my goalkeeping coach forever. Darren Moore was here. I brought him in. So a lot of the staff... What happened to Vicente? Is Vicente not here? Oh, he is. Still the chief scout. This is so satisfying because I brought him in... I think in the first episode, I brought in Vicente for £50 a week. I think he was here in the first episode. And after a season, I made him the chief scout. And he's kept doing that job for 10 years. Okay. I think that's it. I'll check like big competitions in another few years. I'll do like maybe 3 more years because it takes a long time to simulate. So I'll jump forward another few years and see where everything is at. Okay, let's see where we're at. We're now on the 3rd of January 2035. I did just over 3 years. And let's go to Galway United. Oh no. Oh no, sorry. No. They still won the league. They haven't lost yet. Paul O'Rourke is still here, still the captain. Alan Murphy is still the manager. They've won the league every season. Is Miguel Aziz still here? Miguel Aziz is still here. Didn't get another cap for Ireland. That's sad. But I mean, he's just gone absolutely crazy. How many appearances are we up to now? 6. Oh my god, this midfield duo has over 1,000 caps for Galway United. That is insane. Oh, I love that. I love that so much. Onodi's up to nearly 300. That's so good. Oh, he left. Did they sell him? 2 million. It's not bad. I don't think any of my players were left to fill in that spot, but Kai Russell wanted by Aberdeen and Rangers. So, let's go and see how they've done. Let's go back to 2031. This was it, right? No, 2032 then. So, they drew Atalanta in the Europa League. They probably could have had an easy draw here. Oh, there's so many. That's such a hard... Oh, wait, this is the wrong year. I just saw Atalanta. It was this year? This year. Yeah. They could have had so many easier draws than that. That's unlucky. So they did make it through the group. So probably a nice bit of money. So that's not bad, at least. Let's go back. Schedule. Did they ever make it back into a Champions League group? So first qualifying round, made it through. Second qualifying round, made it through. Third qualifying... out again. And are they about to lose to Rosenborg? No, they made it through just... Oh no, sorry, they didn't. They lost on away goals. I thought they were away in this one, so they were at home. They lost on away goals. Ended up in the Conference League groups. 1 lost, 1 lost. So should be through in second, I think. They went out in the first knockout to Aberdeen. Come on. Okay. At this point, we've dropped all the way back to the first qualifying round. I got it to the point, I mean, it must be me, that I got it to the point where the winner of the SSE Electricity League was going straight into the Champions League group. But Galway's terrible performances have knocked it all the way back to the first qualifying round. They ended up losing to Cluj again. Made it through the Europa League third qualifying round. Did they beat Ferencvárosi? They did. They made it through the Europa League playoffs, so into the Europa League groups. Lost to Zenit. Drew with Sparta Prague. Drew with Real Sociedad. This is a tough group for Europa. Lost to Sociedad. Beat Zenit. Can they win the last one? They did win the last one, so I think they're through that group. If not, they're at least in the Conference League. Okay, they got knocked out. But they beat Antalyaspor. Lost to Real Zaragoza. So second knockout round is about the best they've done in Europe. Let's go down. Oh! Almost made it. Got to the Champions League playoffs, so into the Europa League groups. Lost to Freiburg. Lost to Dynamo Zagreb. Lost to Fiorentina. Lost to 1 point. That's not good, so no Europe to see from this season. And that's it, I guess. Let's look at some other competitions. Let's look at the World Cup. Or the World Cup. World Cup. FIFA World Cup holders, France. Oh my god. So, Turkey won in 2030 after France, Italy, and then France got it back. That is weird. Turkey won the World Cup. What? Did they get some incredible player through? Is it you? You are very good, but it's not really. They never won the Euros. That's gone Portugal, France, Spain. Do we have anything? Let's look at Champions League. Let's actually look at all the European competitions, because we don't actually know that much. And also let's check Wayne Rooney and see if he's still at Everton. So the Champions League. Let's go back to this year where Dortmund won. And since then, Liverpool, Barca, Liverpool, Inter, Real. And Real again. So Liverpool have sort of dominated that. Let's check out the Europa League. So I don't really know any of the winners of this. So the first made up one is Benfica, and then Chelsea, Roma, Real. I think that was the year that we were in it, and we beat Arsenal, I think. Lazio won, PSG won, Tottenham, Man City, Leipzig, Man City, United, Atalanta, United, Valencia. So after all this time, Valencia have come back and won the Europa League. So let's check out their origin story in the Europa Conference League. So Everton, Valencia, Everton again, classic Wayne Rooney. Arsenal, Napoli, Dynamo Zagreb, Arsenal. It's kind of sad that this is Arsenal's level. Athletic Club, Partizan Belgrade, Galatasaray, Bayer Leverkusen, Wolves, and Wolfsburg. Let's look at the Premier League. Is this going to be really sad for... or have Arsenal just stayed in like 8th the entire time? Oh, is that 4th? They did get back into the Champions League. And they're now out of it again. Have they kept Saka? He'd be like one of the only players like Saka, Smith Rowe that would actually still be here. They have Gavin Bazunu, who's an Irish international. 84 caps for Ireland. Jesus, fair play, Bazunu. I don't see any actual Arsenal players, though. Where did Saka end up? Saka, he's at Southampton. He's 33. 51 caps for England only? That seems unrealistic. Oh. He was at Tottenham on loan from Barca. They sold him for... That is... unless Bukayo Saka loses all ability to play football, 35 million in 25-26, that's going to be 4 million today. There's no way he's getting sold for that. He was at Man City for a bunch of seasons, looks like as a backup, and then 54 million to Barca, who then basically didn't play him and let him go for nothing. So, good work, Barca. Let's see what Haaland's career has been like, I guess. Haaland seemed like he's at Barca now. It's been pretty damn good. He went for 102 million to Liverpool. Sort of killed it. Went for 125 million. And he's been at Barca ever since as the starting striker. He has 107 caps and 107 goals for Norway. Who has won the Ballon d'Or? Oh, maybe this is why Turkey are so good. Tunçay Oksuz. Oh no, he's German. Okay, he's not Turkish. I just sort of assumed. Who is the last real player to win it? Fabio Silva, who is also at Barca, has won it twice. This guy is unreal. Tunçay. Mbappe won it as recently as 2029. Tunçay won it again. Jude Bellingham, Haaland, Mbappe. Ronaldo won it in 2022. That seems unlikely. And 2021? What? So did Ronaldo get ahead in the end? Is that how it ended? And he won another Euro. He won the Ballon d'Or at age 37. So he was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And Messi was 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Ronaldo, aged 50, came back and got 2 Ballon d'Ors to overtake Messi. Although it looks like Tunçay Oksuz may just beat them both, because he's 28. He needs 3 more to tie Ronaldo. Yeah, no, Ronaldo might just have it. Jude Bellingham won it at Liverpool. Is he still at Liverpool? He is still at Liverpool. 31. He's pretty much spent his whole career there since joining from Dortmund. Fabio Silva. This seems unlikely. I mean, he could be really good. I definitely have not seen enough from him to believe he will be, though. 61 million to Bayern and then 98 million to Barca. I mean, there you are. Galway United did not really... Antonio Conte is the Norway manager. Well, let's just... Actually, I never even looked at Galway United's reputation. Did it go up past where I got it to? Because it was... I think that's maybe where it was when I left. Not actually sure. I'm just so happy that Paul O'Rourke and Miguel Aziz stayed. He's now up to 24 caps. Paul O'Rourke is 29 years old. He's going to be a Galway United career servant. He's just been... I mean, look at those. 13 goals, 15 assists in 34, 10, 15, 9 and 10. He has just been unbelievable. That average rating... Since I left. His average rating has been about a 7.65. He's only getting better as well. Oh my god. I mean, this is what I think I said this a few times throughout the series. His quality was very high. But he didn't always perform for me. But I knew he had the ability. They have not changed manager, I don't think. So still Alan Murphy. They haven't really changed managers much, which is nice. They've had me for 5 years, Santana for 2, Fleming for 2, and now Murphy's closing in on 5. I mean, that's it. That's Galway United. He has a 67% win percentage. He has 63%, 58%. I had 71. I am still the best. So, I'll take that. Do we have any new legends? I mean, I don't think it's going to be... I don't think it really matters, because it's not going to be me. Or, I think all of us were already legends, right? Me, O'Rourke, and Aziz. So, Paul O'Rourke, myself, and Miguel Aziz, all club legends. Galway... Okay, actually, I'm just going to take over Galway quickly to look at the finances, because it looks like they have... just destroyed this club, because I was rich and they're now insecure. Can I actually just quickly, before I do that, go to this? Are they even the favourites? They are still the favourites, and the team is still mostly theirs. There's now just 2 players that aren't theirs. But I want to just go in and have a look at this team quickly. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. What did they do? So, I left... When I left, our overall balance was over 50 million. We're now 4.5 million in the hole. Oh, they've just destroyed Galway. Well, no wonder. They're spending millions a month. And their income... is pretty low. I mean, that was the season they got into the Champions League, I guess. But this is just... Oh, this is dreadful. They're okay on FFP, just. They are in debt. Oh my god. What? So, they have just run this club into the ground. Things are about to go real bad for Galway. Because you can't finance this team with just winning the league, because the league win does not pay anything. And you've currently got all these guys on 20,000 plus. Aziz, I mean, he's earned it. Like, good for you. 2 caps for Ireland. I love that he got 2 caps for Ireland. I wish we could see what he did on his 2 caps. Is starting to consider whether he should be looking to move to a bigger club. Let's just look at the team report quickly. So O'Rourke and Aziz are still my 2 best centre mids. Nothing's changed. Look at that. Look how good I mean, is he even that good? He is good. I don't know that he's... I mean, he hasn't actually improved that much. What he has improved, obviously, is mental stuff and physical stuff. He's improved his fitness and stamina. He's a bit faster. And his balance has gone up a lot. His personality is professional. It's always nice. What's the hierarchy like? I mean, obviously, it's got to be O'Rourke and Aziz at the top. Is that it? Is it just those 2? No, also Williams, who's the vice captain. I mean, I'm happy that those 2 stayed as long as they did. When was your last cap? What's he up to? 24? I think he's still getting capped. First international goal against Malta. Well, that was only 2 years ago, and he's got 3 now. Is Billy Jones... So Billy Jones also retired. I think I mentioned Billy Jones once, which was he was my under-19s manager, and teams kept trying to poach him, and he actually ended up getting a job at Portsmouth, and then I think he got the job at Palace, but I don't know. I think he got sacked. They're in the Championship now. Why can I... So he retired, How many managers have you had? Paul Pogba was Palace's manager. Billy Jones, there he is. So he didn't last very long. He got sacked, and I don't think he ever got another club. I checked on him a few times. Did Arteta ever get another job? He was at Middlesbrough. Oh no, he got another job. He finally got another job at Ipswich. And who now have Graham Potter. Okay. So he lasted 6 years at Ipswich, and he won nothing. Oh wait, this guy. He was one of my coaches. What a weird turn of events. He was one of the coaches. Oh, he actually... This is interesting. He left when I left. When I resigned, he resigned. So I must be one of his favourite people. I am. He left. Mario Gomez left as well. And one other person who I feel bad because I don't remember who you are. But 3 people left when I left. Mario Gomez retire? I guess he did. So, that's it. There you go. That is the final... I mean, I'm glad I only went this far because I suspect in another couple of years this team's downfall is going to begin and it's not going to be pretty. So I'm glad we ended with them still somewhat on top. But yeah, that is going to do it. Galway United are in debt. They're going to only get worse. And... that's sad. That's sort of what I expected. That seems to be what happens whenever you leave a club. This was probably my favourite save ever. I'm going to keep playing it just in my off time. And possibly there'll be like way in the future one more episode where I've actually stayed in charge, but maybe not. I've had a ton of fun. If you've watched this much, thank you so much. I probably wouldn't have continued on with it much if it hadn't been getting like any views, but quite a lot of people watched it and enjoyed it, so that was very much appreciated. Yeah, I think Football Manager 2022 is maybe like been out for a week now. It's like still early October here. So it's not out yet. But if you're playing it, I hope you're enjoying. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.